Yeah, excuse me. Let's go. Sorry about that.
Mr. Vice President.
Hello everyone, United Cityans and um Solomarians, Englishers. Today we had a trial against the former president ever, and he has been found guilty by the Supreme Court, and he has been right now stripped of his powers and the office of President of the United States. I am right now filling out the chart of secession, and I am now, as right now, vice president. I'm still Speaker of the House for the Populist Party, and tomorrow we'll be voting to confirm this this sentence from the court. And I do have plans to. Right now, what I'm hearing is I'm not seeing Mixie really taking charge of the president. And I think I have plans to impeach this entire administration, including myself, for an emergency election, as I seem this is best for our country. I as a founding father, my country is all that I care about, and I'm willing to take away my own powers for the safety of my country, and that is most likely what I will do tomorrow. I call upon Congress to approve this House Bill 1 and impeach President Ever and send this over to the Senate, where I call on 2/3 of the senators, or 15 of them, to grant this impeachment and once and for all impeach Ever and confirm his crimes. His crimes are disgusting and inhumane, and I hope the people really realize the scale of what President Ever has done. As vice president for the time being, I'll do my utmost best and use as much power as I can to keep you guys, the people that I care so much for in my country, safe. And I will do everything I can to make sure my country strives and is to the best, into it is at its best. That is all.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. Um, do you have any questions to start us off for this little interview?
Hmm. Well, not really. I think we should just get to the main things right now.
Main things, main solutions.
And
Um,
then, yeah.
if you want to transfer over here, Mr. VP, we're
All right, there are
gonna
no questions, sir?
no questions. We're gonna be
Okay.
having a little discussion, a little meeting. This will be public, since the American people should know what is happening. Um,
We'll probably have questions branch off from this.
yeah. Who wants to start off?
I'll start off. I like to say, for as right now, as I do hold this office for probably a mere day, I do want to say, or however long I do hold it, I'll do my best to make sure um, that basically world peace is put first, and that that both of our territories can hopefully bond together for the time being. And I guess when it is time, you guys can break off and go your separate ways. But at least at the promise that we'll all remain close and deep friends and great allies, and we'll strive for prosperity. Um, I'm glad to have you here, King Ocean and 5-star General Star. Um, you guys have honestly, both your countries have grown very quickly, and I deeply, deeply respect both your guys' countries. That is all.
I'd like to first thank you, Mr. VP. It's been a
Yes.
while. It's been a while since I've heard those words. Um, that you respect our countries. Um, this presidency has been hard for all of us. Some people may say this is just a game, but I spend a majority of my time on this game, so why not take it to a next step? Am I right? This community that we've built is impeccable, and sometimes people just don't understand. Um, but thank you for saying those kind words. I respect your nation so much since I came from it, from being a VP to king. Many people don't believe I'm fit for the job to be king, but your undoubted support, Secretary of State Evan and Five-Star General Star, has made me think otherwise. That is why I am so pleased that you will all be attending my coronation if it's possible. I know I've handed out invitations, and it's been an honor to be with you, fine gentlemen. That is all.
Thank you. Okay. I have something to say about this. All about the prior problems we had with the mass destruction weapons and stuff. I think we should really have a treaty about what's the word? Treaty for not, building stuff, or at least not using them in any way or shape or form.
I agree. Here, here.
Here.
Um,
Here.
I feel like we should have the right to build them, but using them to engage in a war is just unacceptable.
That makes sense.
Um, I like to call this my motto. Striving for peace. 'Cause I just say that all the time now. I personally, I'm not gonna build any weapons of mass destruction. I see they aren't. I see no use of them. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know about you all. I can't speak for you guys. I personally can say I will not be constructing any weapons of mass destruction.
I agree too, and I hope President Mixie or whatever happens tomorrow with the next administration or whatever happens in this mess. I hope definitely we can have some shapes and forms of restrictions and checks and balances that if any executive, especially here in the UCM, wants to make these weapons, especially these destructive ones that have nuclear power, there can be some punishment or just action can be taken if they're caught or anything, like if it goes to DEFCON 2, etc. Since we cannot let this happen again.
I just think that we should at least have some like papers or some official way of knowing that, because prior to this, we have not had any papers, and that's why I feel like a lot of this has gone way too far.
Yeah, here, here. I feel like we should have some type of documentation. Like we have archives for a reason.
Yes,
We
here, I agree.
we need a form of documentation. And I've been speaking to Star. I actually mentioned this earlier before the court case. We should form once we all go independent. Because I know at some point it's gonna happen. Where to the point we just grow so much we become independent. I feel like at some point we should form a United Nations type allegiance in where every 4 months, which is a year in the UCM, we have a meeting. We discuss the biggest conflicts that are happening and how we can resolve them.
Makes
I
sense.
agree.
What do
And
you
I
think?
also add His Majesty. I think, or well, adding on what I said, I think we can do two things. One, we can have a thing on our Discord server, which can be kind of the archives. So maybe like it can be kind of a government type thing where the bills and the agreements we've signed all together can be displayed and referred to if any crisis or anything happens. Or B, there's a national archive or just archive for the whole realm, and the document that was signed and agreed on by the signants can be stored and gained access to if need be. So those two options can be used to stop crises, like I said.
Here.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
I've also mentioned this to Evan. Once I build Buckingham Palace, my permanent residency, um, I want to start hosting. Oops. I want to start hosting um more frequent visits. So we can have diplomatic visits here in the White House. We can have diplomatic visits in Buckingham Palace, and if at some point we can have diplomatic visits to Salamari to show that our allegiance is still in contact and it's still together.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I hope we can come back to Salamari sometime, but again, it's totally you or the officials of Salamari's personal decision, and we totally understand. Hopefully, with Ever being in prison right now, you guys can maybe take some time to consider. But I mean, again, I'm not pushing the issue. I'm just bringing up if maybe we have a summit to Salamari. But again, I don't want to get too forward at myself.
Uh, Obviously, I have my opinions on our uh, what is it? I don't know the word, but how I don't know the word, but like how closed off we are. I have my opinions on that, but yeah, I feel like it's the safest for us right now.
Yeah, I as king will always support you in Dublin. Jesus, I can't say that word. I will always support you no matter what, even if it's things like this where I can't enter your country. It's all right. I understand.
Yes, me too. You guys are just doing it to protect yourself, and I understand you guys had a big history with Ever, and again, it definitely showed tonight.
I know that me and Dash we're definitely making progress with our ability to stay close off. We're getting to a point where, in some time, we might consider opening up.
That's really great to hear, honestly. Like that's really good. Um,
Yeah, I agree.
I can
And
work with that, honestly.
yeah, me too. Again, there's always stage by stage. I think that's usually the best way, not immediately opening up, just stage by stage. And we will make sure, me as vice president, that especially I know that Mixie and Ever are allies, and especially if the president frees or does any action towards Ever, I'll make sure that the president is punished, and I'll make sure that Ever is locked up and he gets the sentence he deserves and stays in prison. If Mixie does anything of the sort, she'll be impeached immediately.
Good to hear.
Good to hear. That's um very nice to hear. Um, honestly, the last thing I want to add is that I've already told Evan this, but I don't think I've officially announced it. Um, my coronation is gonna be held in Westminster Abbey in London, England. You are all welcome. Obviously, if you don't feel comfortable coming, you're not forced. Obviously, uh, it'll be held December 4th, which is a Friday. Time is still to be determined. Um, most likely around midday.
Mm.
But yeah, that's all I have to say. If you guys have anything else to add.
I don't think we are live when I said that. Like, we don't call Dash the leader of Solimari, but
Oh
I didn't tell you
yes.
what to call him. So I think a good thing to call him would be like Councilman Dash.
Councilman Dash. Okay,
Councilman
thank you for
Jess.
that representation.
Thank
Or
you.
thank you for that reference,
I'll add that to his roles so that it's easier to
Councilman Dash.
You can also
to
call
remember.
me that, but
Okay.
you might just like to call me, 5-star General I.
Yeah,
Yeah, whatever you prefer. I think
whatever
I'll
you
call
prefer.
you on a governmental term. I'll call you that, and then maybe on a military term, since you hold military power when it comes to military matters, I will say that as
Mm-hmm.
well.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thank you for clearing that up. I know I addressed him wrong during the court case, so that was my bad.
That's
Yeah, my
okay.
apologies.
Anything else?
No.
All I really have to say is, um, what's been happening the past 6 months has been an embarrassment to me personally and to my country. I did not expect Again, not blaming you guys. I was not expecting, two separate countries. Again, not again, nothing against you guys. Again, ever especially created a big division with warmongering and everything he's done, abuse of power, and that's just driven you guys away from this country. We need to, like I said, we need to make treaties. We need to bond the wounds of everything that's happened, and we need to
Yeah.
recreate, like I've been saying, a good friendship, and to make sure we can all help each other out and recover, since this has not only done damage to our relationships, it's damaged our citizens' ways of life, constantly living under fear, and affecting all of our stock markets. We need to get back to normalcy as soon as we can.
That is why I am proud to re-announce, as it hasn't been talked a lot, that I am gifting the One World Trade Center to. Well, I'm devoting it to Solimari. Uh, Dash has told me the name of it, and I might honestly, I'm gonna keep the name of the tower confidential until it's built. But I don't wanna, I don't want anyone to think that I'm giving that tower just for political views. No, I'm giving that tower. I'm devoting that tower to Solimari to show the allegiance that we have, even though in these tough times we still have an allegiance. And that is why I'm also devoting the university campus that is going to be built in New Humridge City to the UCM. It can be called whatever it wants to be called. That will be up to the decision of the VP and the president. But I'm also devoting a university to them just to show that I always strive for peace, and that even though in the toughest times, our allegiance is always intact. Thank you.
His Majesty, that's going to have an amazing effect on my people. We're going to be more literate, and this is only going to help both our countries out with this. And also, it will strengthen the relationship of our people with your people, as we can internationally meet and create a good friendship with our peoples. And hopefully, this will encourage travel to all of our countries, as people create friendships, and just it creates a stronger bond between our countries.
I'd also like to say that Solimari didn't decide to go independent because we hated the UCM. We do not hate the UCM. We pretty much love the UCM. You guys are great friends to ours, great allies. But we just thought we'd want to go independent because it was the best for us, because we have what we think. Well, where am I going with this? What we have our stuff, and we never went independent because of the UCM.
Thank you for clearing that up. I know that's been in the air a couple times where people accused y'all of hating the UCM, hating the president, which I know it's
Yeah, I
terribly
never
false.
doubted. I never, at first, of course, and then I realized, I don't think it was because you hated Ev or any of that. But I mean, I bet you guys made an educated decision on leaving. I mean, it was unfortunate. Again, my goal, again, creating the realm, was to make one, ginormous thing, but obviously that sometimes is not possible, and it's okay. It happens. I understand, sometimes, especially with a big, county like yours, maybe just want to, it's so big, you just want to create your own government, or just,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm trying to get out. Um, but yeah, I think honestly, apart from what I said the first couple hours, I kind of got to my senses, and I realized it wasn't just because of that.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for for staying together, for not overreacting, for not acting like a child. I am very grateful you guys are acting so mature in these times. I know a great amount of people who would have not have acted as mature as you two individuals have. And that goes out to Councilman Dash 2. All of y'all have acted very mature, very polite, and I send out my sincere thanks to all of you for that.
Thank you too.
Yeah, thank you, Ocean. And one last thing, regarding the president, since it's kind of already kind of creating a repetition in my mind where I have to fill in. This kind of concerns me, and I would like to know your guys' advice at what I should do tomorrow. Since I kind of have a feeling I want to impeach this entire administration, since I just feel like it is just not fit to rule such a country like ours. What is your guys' opinion? And I need your help, since I want to get the best for our country and for all of our countries.
I, in my opinion, I would give Mixie because it's what? It's 9 p.m. where I live right now. That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's around 4 in the morning in England right now where she lives. I feel like you should give her some time to process the information that she is now president and let her respond. And then you can go off of that. But most likely I would go against the administration. It's proven already by the first president that they're just not fit to serve this country. They have to take some time and reconsider their ways of thinking.
His Majesty. So Mixie has said two things since this impeachment has been completed. I will quote them. So at 9:13, this is pretty much recently after the case ended, right? Ha 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 ha. At ever, you're in jail. Ha 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 ha. End of quote. Another thing she said recently, right as you announced the stream, she said, quote, pee pee poo poo or pee pee poo 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 poo. End of quote. This definitely shows a lack of seriousness to the job and definitely is not taking charge, or at least not showing any interest in the duties of President of the United States. And kind of like you said earlier, this administration has been shown to be very untrustworthy.
Well, I was not informed about that part of the story. I would still give her, in my opinion, I would give her, I don't know, a little more time. Maybe let her reconsider it. If she doesn't say anything, I would go against the administration, in my opinion. I can't
Yeah,
speak.
that's what I was gonna do. His Majesty, Councilman I, do you have any thoughts?
In my opinion, if you go through with this, we should have a proper list of, who goes in power if stuff like this happens again.
I
Yeah,
agree.
because we were kind of confused on what the line of succession was, so maybe we should restate it. Make sure everybody
Yes.
understands it.
Yeah.
Um,
I
and
believe
pretty
it's
much
I
Mixie
believe
just said
it's
nice. So,
yeah.
hey Mixie, I think I know you're watching this. Can you please, um, I call on you to make a decision soon on whether what you want to do with this country. Not saying this minute, but by tomorrow. I think within 12 hours we're gonna have the vote. So yeah, but um, so with the line of secession, technically you guys are still territories. Again, I'm not gonna abuse my powers since you guys have reserved powers, which means that you guys have a right to check the federal government. And you guys have your own individual powers that actually the federal government doesn't, like conducting your elections, individual laws speed limits, road rules, etc., and policing rules and army rules, all that stuff. Um, also, um, like with the line of secession, um, pretty much at that point, um, it would have been, I believe, would have been Apex. I believe, I'm not sure. He's the minority speaker. It might have been actually UI, since you are
Hmm?
you're Secretary of Security. So you're actually kind of a decently big role. So you'd technically be fourth, and I think Apex Viper 4 would be fifth. But again, I'm not 100% sure. I need to look back at everything. But for right now, that is it. I think for right now, maybe, since with these crazy times, maybe the if the whole administration is impeached, obviously, the executive branch has a right to pick their appointments, and it will be approved through the court. I mean, excuse me, through the Congress. So if they approve of the selection, then the person will be installed at their position.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well,
Okay.
thank you for clearing that up. But I have nothing else to add.
I can't think of anything else either.
Yeah, me too. I guess you were talking about signing a treaty. Do you want to get that kind of over with in a way, or at least
Uh,
make some like gains at it in a way?
I feel like,
we'll have to like write out a book for this stuff,
yeah,
and then have
Yes,
people sign it.
I feel like
So that'll take
yes,
some time.
I feel like, yeah,
yes.
tomorrow or sometime next weekend when we're in our right state of mind, we can start writing out that treaty and propose it.
Yeah,
I agree.
Thank you guys so
makes
much
sense.
for being fine gentlemen and for being so mature in these hard times. I can't thank you
Thank,
enough.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much, and trust me, this actually means a lot to me. And trust me, especially the past 6 months, seeing this is really gratifying to me, and it definitely me in my state of mind. It definitely makes me still believe in this, and even though I never lost my full trust in this process of this realm, because I know you guys you great people. I know you guys would still do like everything, and even regardless of all the things that were happening. But I was definitely getting worried. But I'm so glad this happened, and that things are hopefully going on the turn for the right. And again, like Ocean said, you guys are fine gentlemen. You guys, it was great. It's great seeing this, and especially everything going back to peace. And I don't have to worry about having foreign countries in this realm, or worrying about certain things, or having more members, since obviously you guys are you, the officials of Salamari, King Ocean, we can make steps in hopefully expanding this realm, since I definitely have to say, I really enjoy this realm, and I made this realm for a reason, and I'm definitely gonna keep enjoying it, playing it, and it's so much fun. It really means a lot to me.
Here, here.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you guys so much, and I feel like this concludes our meeting. Have
Yes,
a
sir, it does.
have a good night, gentlemen.
Good night to you too.
Hey, King Ocean, actually.
Yes, that was perfect timing. I was about to end it.
I'm sorry. About the I guess maybe this can be more of a private matter, but I guess it's the date of the voting tomorrow. Do you want to keep that kind of private?
We could discuss it in the DMs, and then we can announce it.
Okay, that is fair.
Alright, well, thank you guys. Thank you, lads. Have a good night.
Good night.